Ladies, I'd like you to take me back to that time when you were facing your unplanned pregnancy and when you made that call, whether it was to an agency or whatnot, and what that felt like and why you chose that path.
When I first found out, I was 8 months, still having my menstrual, didn't know.
Mm-hmm.
I looked at my grandfather, I looked at the father, and we were just like, I don't know what to do. With short time, I said, we're just gonna have to do adoption. My situation was rough, so we had to make the best decision. I was looking for comfort in all the wrong places, but I had friends, I had support, I had you guys.
No, we do.
And I just kept telling myself, straighten your crown and keep walking, keep doing it. This is for the better. You did what was right. She's happy because I'm happy, my boys are happy.
Yeah. Thank you for sharing that. Sierra, can you take us back to when you made that call?
I found out that I was six months pregnant. I did try to formulate a plan to keep my son because his father was around and we tried to make that work, but I was getting evicted. We were barely getting by with my daughter. We were just going through like a lot of down more than up, and I sat there and I thought, can I really take care of another child? And the answer was honestly no. I did look up Adoptions from the Heart, and I ended up calling, and it was just hey, I'm pregnant. I really don't know what to do, but I do think adoption is the best option for me right now. And I got to meet Amanda. Amanda came to me, and we spoke about all of my options, not just the adoption. She was like, if this is what you want to do, we're going to support you. If you want to keep your baby, we're going to support you. Just make sure that you know this is what you want to do. And
so Sierra, there wasn't any pressure.
There was no pressure. Okay. No. You were just like, here's what you can do, and I'm going to give you all of these options. You pick what you want to do. There was no pressure, and I literally had to sit and think, what is the best thing, not for me, but for this child? Which in the end was not to be with me. I did not do foster care. I wanted to know where my child was going, if my child was going to be happy. And at the time I knew of open adoption, but I did not know the specifics. To talk to Amanda, that was great because it gave me more information about the open adoption and what actually happens after you say, yes, I want to do an open adoption. This peace of mind knowing I know where my child is, I know how my child is going to be doing, and that I can possibly still keep in contact with him and his family, that ultimately made me say, yes, I want to do this. Like, yes, this is what I need to do.
So the openness is ultimately what helped you decide that this is the right plan because you felt comfortable. Okay.
It's like I felt like I would have lost my mind if I placed my son in and I could never see him again.
And for some women, they might not be ready to have that open relationship, but as you girls know, you can always have that whenever you are ready for it. So if you're not ready for visits, or you want us to hold your pictures and letters,
and you told me that too. You told me if I did not want it fully open, I had that option of saying no, I don't want the pictures, I don't want the letters, I don't want visits, but that I could. It was all upon choice of me, and I wasn't used to that. Like for you to tell me like everything's up to you, everything that happens at the hospital is up to you, everything that the process is, it's up to you. It can be as open or as closed as you want it to be. That helped.
You had some control in it, right?
Yeah.
You guys were able to decide for yourselves what would work.
And then at any time I could have said yes or no.
Yeah.
And I liked having that just in case, because I was more open through the process than I thought I would be, but it was nice to have that option where if I just didn't feel it, I could have said no to anything.
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
That was a good thing.
Thank you. Thank you for sharing that. How about you, Kristen?
I found out I was pregnant when I was actually pretty early on. I was about 5 or 6 weeks along. I tried to go about most of my pregnancy thinking I was going to keep him. Going into my 8th month, I kind of just broke down. Me and my daughter's father, because I have 2 little girls, split. Everything just kind of fell apart. I was in active addiction. literally my whole life was crumbling at the time, and it just kind of was like, I can't. It was gonna have the worst kind of effect on not just me, but my daughters too. And we were struggling enough as it was. I personally needed a very open adoption because I don't think I could have went through with it without that. Mm-hmm. I need that constant contact. The agency kind of just, you made things just very much easier for me to be able to cope with everything. And then having this has greatly helped but having you guys kind of gave me that place where I can talk and I know that I'm not going to get judged at all. And that's a big thing for me, especially because I was in active addiction. A lot of people are very judgmental when it comes to that. Sure. Mm-hmm. I won't put out there, I am now going on almost 2 years clean.
Yay!
And so, I mean,
good, that's
helps.
awesome. Thank you.
It's great.
And Brittany, how about you?
I was kind of like you guys. I found out when I was 6 months pregnant. I was still having my period and everything. I actually went in because I was sick. I went in because I had this cold that I couldn't shake for like going on like 2 weeks. And I'm waiting for the doctor to like come back to give me a prescription for something. And the nurse comes in and she's like, congratulations. She was like, you're pregnant. And I was like, settled in the wrong room. I was like,
not me, you need to go there.
And she's actually has the test and I saw like the double lines and I was like, she's not playing. Like, so I was shook at that point. 6 months pregnant, I just finished college, and at that time I was also homeless as well. I didn't have a job, so I was just like, what am I gonna do? I didn't want my child to struggle with me, and now looking back, I'm very glad that I did it because it honestly took me 2 years to get stable, and you know, for me to like be financially stable. Somewhat mentally stable. I'm still not fully there, but I'm a lot better, you know. But I mean, and I don't ever really think that it ever really goes away. You just learn how to cope better. You learn, okay, I won't express it in that way again. You know, like that's just kind of, you just learn in that way. So like that day when I learned that, I can honestly say that it really did change my life. I'm really not the same person. I grew up a lot.
Amen.
Yeah, like I grew up a lot, like, you know, and I'm actually kind of shocked where I'm at now. Like working here and being able to be in a position to give back and help other girls, because it is a scary position. And any moment when you're thinking about placing your child, it's usually because something happened. You're down, or you just can't do it. You're not in the right place. So in any of those, it doesn't feel good. It just does not. So I wanted to be able to help someone else to be like, you know, it's okay for you to feel like that. It's okay to admit that you can't parent. And that's really where I got that from, because that was my first step. Was saying to myself, Brittany, you honestly can't parent. You know, and as a woman, that especially a woman in society now, it's like we're supposed to just be able to just parent babies and
You know, make it work.
Like make it work. And I was like, not all of us can honestly do that. Not all of us have the support system. Not all of us have friends. Not all of us have family that's there. Not all of us has a great job like at that time to pull us through. You know, so you have to work with what you have. So adoption really allotted me to be able to branch out and do better and bring myself into a better place.